Hey everybody, how's it going? I want to talk about, holy cow, it's hot in Wisconsin today, but the LGBT community versus Santa Claus. And I was talking with a woman the other day who had her first child at 45. Now her daughter's 6, so she's 51. She's close to my age. And I said, holy cow, how do you even do it? Because I know for me, I'm the age of a grandmother, and I don't even know how I would do it if I found out I was pregnant at this age. And she said, yeah, what happened the other day really threw me for a loop. I said, what's going on? She says, well, I've been married to my husband for a long time, and we're pretty traditional, not prudes, but this and that. And she said my 6-year-old came home the other day and asked why she didn't have 2 mommies. And I said, oh, that's what you're fighting against. I said, I raised my kids way back in the 90s. We didn't have that type of situation going on. And I said, maybe they should have traditional and non-traditional schools for children that, I raised one way and the other school raised the other way. And I said, this is how I feel about it. I don't care what you practice at home as long as your children are not being abused. You could be in a polyamorous family and that's your thing. But I choose not to expose young children to adult situations. And then I thought of the Santa Claus theory. And I was raised to believe in Santa Claus until one day my mom brought my oldest sister and I into the bathroom and told us the truth. I don't even know how old we were, to be honest with you. And then when I raised my own children, they were probably 7 and 8 years old when they asked about Santa, and we were a hard-working military family. So I said to my then husband, I said, let's just tell them the truth. And so he agreed, and we said, well, the truth of the matter is Santa's a fictional character, and Mommy and Daddy work real hard to get you things at Christmas and other times of the year. So, it's important, though, because other children still believe that you don't go to school and tell anyone. It's kind of our family secret. And so I want to say to those parents, you can live whatever lifestyle you want. But don't shove your moral compass down the throats of my babies and the babies of other people who walk a straighter line than not. It's not okay. What do 6-year-olds want to do? They want to go to school, play with their friends, color, and then sometimes they color outside the lines, which is fine. That's no big deal. Want to take naps and go on the playground and whatever. They don't understand even the concept of the birds and the bees, because a lot of parents don't even talk about that until maybe their daughter reaches her first menstrual cycle, or your son, his voice starts to change and you see that he's going through puberty. So what makes certain parents think it's okay to introduce my child into what we don't consider a traditional family role? You can do your thing. I have your home, your business. But quit introducing my child to your concepts and your adult situations. That's all there is to it. Because if your kids talk about non-traditional roles, my kids are going to tell them about Santa Claus. And how are you going to feel about that? So anyways, that's all I've got. And I will be back.